Hello and welcome to the Leckiju Lounge. This is your host Lex, and as my brother would always say, let's talk a cappella. So welcome back. Hopefully we have a lot of new viewers. We'll see. I'll be checking the analytics. But we have a lot to talk about today. I really just wanted to sit down and talk about some of my things I care about, my interest and things like that. So today it's probably going to be K-pop. I'm just letting you know because I have been back in a K-pop mindset. I go in and out and I always love it. But I go in and out, and sometimes I will watch a lot of YouTube content that's K-pop variety shows, music videos, things like that. And then I'll go a long time without watching it. So I'm kind of back in a mood where I'm enjoying that and I want to watch that more than anything, which I kind of love. It makes me feel so happy. And although movie wise my favorite genre is horror, I love being scared, and I I guess more serious themes. I love comedy too so much. It's probably my second pick, and I like watching things that just make me happy, and a lot of times I do watch YouTube more than TV and movies, but it's I just love content that makes me happy and that is light. One of my favorite shows I watch almost every night to go to sleep is Modern Family, and that's it's just because it's such a light show, and it's I've seen that show more than more than any other show, but it's funny every time. I will be laughing out loud in my room, and I feel kind of stupid, but I also love that, and that's how I feel with these K-pop content. I've been watching a lot of TXT recently, which is a new group for me. I'm watching these contents for the first time, and sometimes I'd be catching myself laughing out loud in my room, and I'm I'm so stupid, but I kind of love it. It feels so good at the same time just to be happy. So I did want to shout out, on the note of TXT, my song of the week this week is Deja Vu by TXT. And it came out, I think, a year ago. I remember people talking about it being oh, this is going to be the song of the summer type of thing. But it's I somehow had never heard it, and I don't know how. I probably heard it once or twice on Instagram, on Reels and stuff. But I didn't follow TXT or any of the members back then when it came out. And I also just somehow avoided it. I don't know why or how, but it's I finally got there, and I love that song. It's on replay in my brain every time I'm working. I'm just singing that. So that's the song of the week. I would love to shout it out. I was just listening to it before starting filming this. It's just so good, especially the part where Subin's part with the little run at the end of it. It is so yummy, delicious, scrumptious. I love it. I just want to eat it. And I think I've decided my bias is Subin, I think, because he kind of got me into the group. And it was through his show Bias is Bias, or my fave's fave. And also love the idea of that show. I want a show like that. I think it's just such a cute idea to do a club or a school club and try to get someone to join, and you just teach someone about something you love. That's actually such a good idea, and it's pretty simple. But I watched the one of him and Ooyoung because I'm an ATEEZ girly, so that's how I found out. And I was wait, I need to watch more Subin because he is adorable. I love that show still, and I think I'm really excited for the next episode. I forget who's going to be on it, but I remember seeing the teaser and it looked so exciting. But yeah, I am getting into TXT thanks to one of my friends, Sam. I'm getting her into ATEEZ. She's getting me into TXT. We're kind of flipping, and we did talk about maybe next time they go on tour or to have concert, we'll go to the other one. So I don't know when TXT's going on, but I need to pay attention to that because I definitely am seeing ATEEZ, or hopefully I'm seeing ATEEZ. I already got tickets. Hopefully I can go still by the time of July 10th. It'll be Son's birthday. It's really exciting. But back to TXT, my bias is Subin, and I think my bias wrecker is Beomgyu because I don't know. He's just like, I feel like in real life I would get annoyed with him, but I think he's just like, he's so cute. He's so sweet. And like the energy really is like contagious with him. And I love it. But I'm like learning to like all of them a lot. They're all like, they all have their lovely traits and they all like are very likable and like good people. So that's really nice to see. So I had such an action-packed idea to be asking the question of like, if you were to run a K-pop group, what would it look like? What would it be like? How would you like, what would the concepts be? Things like that. And then I remembered, I was like, wait, I came up with this like maybe last summer, and now I kind of want to take a look at it and see if it would be different, because what I did, I made like my ideal girl group and my ideal boy group, and like just sorted out who would be in the group, what would be the concept for the group, and like what type of sound they would have. So I'm gonna look at these today. So, and I probably will change these a little bit. Okay, so for the boy group we have 6 guys. Okay, so I have Hongjun from ATEEZ, Taeyong from NCT, Sungwoo from ATEEZ, San from ATEEZ, Wooyoung from ATEEZ, and Hyunjin from Stray Kids. That's the 6. Honestly, that is a Soleil group. This would be such a good group. And I called the group Rogue. I can't really remember why, but I called it Rogue, and I think that sounds like a cool name. So Hongjin would be the leader and the rapper. And Taeyong would also be a rapper. I can't remember if Taeyong's the leader of NCT. I just love the way he raps. It has so much personality, so that's why I put him in here. Sungwoo I have as rapper and vocalist, Son lead vocal, Wooyoung vocalist, Hyunjin rapper and vocalist. So it's about half and half, with Hyunjin and Sungwoo being like both. And okay, let's see. I have this group shows duality, so most of their albums would show their dark and sexy sides, but 30% will showcase cute, soft concepts. I love me putting a percentage like it's math. Okay, so that being said, I love duality, right? So 60%, or wait, not, whoa, hold up. 70% would be like the dark, cool concepts, and then the 30% would be like cuter, softer things. I think that's fierce. Okay, and then songs that I have that it will like sound like. Okay, so I have like Venom by Stray Kids, that type of sound. I have Cyberpunk from ATEEZ, like that type of feel is the 70%. And then the 30%, I have songs like Thank You by ATEEZ, One Day at a Time, Feeling Like I Do, all ATEEZ songs. Because I love those like, you can't have a group without those like cuter songs or like ballads or just softer moments. Like you have to have both. You need to see every side of your favorite artist, in my opinion. So I'm going to come back to that in a second, but let's move on to the girl group real quick. So for the girl group, I have Soyeon from G-Idol as the leader. Love her. Winter from aespa is going to do vocal and rap. Jurin from XG is going to be the rapper, and Ning Ning from aespa is a vocalist. And the group is called Nova, but I have the Nova, the 4 in the Nova is, the A in Nova is a 4. But it looks like an A. It's a 4 and A because there's 4 girls. And this is at the perfect mix of XG and aespa's vibe. So songs like Drama, Supernova, Armageddon, Woke Up, Tippy Toes. I still vibe with this. I love those 4 women so much. However, I feel like, I don't know, I kind of want to add some different people. Like I could have larger groups than this, but I want to say like girl wise, honestly though, aespa's perfect. Like aespa's so perfect, but I'd want to add like Maya from XG. Like what about, I love Soyeon, but like I haven't listened to her as much recently. So if I was going to make one right now, my brain's thinking Winter, Ning Ning. Also, how do I not have Karina in here? Karina, I'm gonna say Jirin, Maya. We might have to do a group of 5. Maybe make it 6, add Jiho from Twice. Like, because that would be kind of top tier. Let's look at the boy group again. So if I was to replace these but still make it 6, it's so funny that there's 4 of them that are ATEEZ members. And I kind of want to put Yeno in here, which would make another one. But like, Hyunjin's great. I haven't listened to Taeyong in a minute because he's been military service. So I could put, you know who's other really talented person? Han from Stray Kids. I'm going to say put Yuno in there, but then it's like all ATEEZ plus Hyunjin. But he's just so good. Yeah, I don't know. As far as the vibes go for both groups, I stand by those, what I said. I really like those. And I think the concepts would be more gender neutral for both. Ooh, that's another good idea. Making a group with both male and female, which I feel like I did. I think I did. Oh, wait, I know what it was. Okay, so my 2 groups that I had here, then I had, okay, so it's Nova 4 and Rogue. But if you put them together, the VA of Nova and the like end of Rogue, it made Vague. And so, but Vague with a 4 instead of an A. This is like so much. But anyways, imagine that. Okay, so Vague, and that's the name of like the combined unit. So it takes 2 girls and 2 boys because the 4 is still the A, so it's Vague. I'm really mathing here. Hold up. And the people that I put in it, I'm pretty sure were Winter and Ning Ning, so the 2 aespa girlies, and then Sun and Sunghwa, because they're my favorites and they are so peak ace idol, in my opinion. So think about that unit. I think about, and I remember I think I made this because like times before that, I've thought of that unit of a mix of like the aespa girlies, the ATEEZ boys. I need a collab, guys. I need Winter, Ning Ning, Sun, Sunghwa all on the same track. Talk about Hongjoong, Sun, Sunghwa, Wooyoung, Whiplash. Talk about that. Clock that T. Because I've thought about that a lot, and I think, because Hongjoong's vocals are crazy. Yes, he's a rapper, but his vocals are crazy. I'm going to put Sunghwa as... Wooyoung's just Giselle. I'm sorry, I know that she does rap, and Wooyoung doesn't really do that. But Wooyoung's Giselle, I think. And Sun is Ning Ning. Sunghwa's Karina, and Hongjoong's Winter. Honestly, Sunghwa and Hongjoong could trade up Winter and Karina, honestly. I was just going based on height, because Hongjoong's itty bitty. But like, imagine those 4 styled in aespa's style. Gaggy. Anyways, that's my group. That's what all I kept that book for. So yeah, that's me if I were to pick a group, make a group, manage a group. If I can choose idols that already exist, those are going to be the ones, and that's the concept. So come up with your own and let me know who would be in your group. What style would they be singing? What would the styling look like as far as clothes? Like, I'm really curious. Would it be a boy group, girl group, or mixed? Like, please let me know. So something I love to do, that's probably my favorite hobby, is talking. And talking about things I'm passionate about, because trust me, baby, I can go on forever. And if it's something that is one of my interests, or something that like I care even this much about, like I can talk about it forever. So one of the things like I talk about all the time is K-pop, or quite often. I don't have that many IRL friends to talk about K-pop with. It's mostly online friends, or just me like talking and venting on TikTok, and then people just like respond in the comments, and that's basically like me getting my ideas out or just being heard. And I truly could talk about it forever. And one of the things that's like the best experience of my life, which I've mentioned before, was when I saw ATEEZ live, which is so crazy. I'm about to see them again in July, and I'm so excited. I actually was thinking the other day, like, what am I gonna wear? Because that's stressful to me. I need to eat I need to lay the house boots down, especially considering that I'm not like known on TikTok, but in the 18 community, I think I'm one of the like creators, like the 18 creators on TikTok, just because like I feel like a lot of my followers are 80s fans. And so I feel like, what if someone recognizes me at the 80s concert? I mean, hey, there at least has to be like one person that follows me at this concert in ATL. I mean, I was recognized at the XG concert. I don't know if I've told this story before, but when I saw XG in October, and I had just kind of started getting followers in August, so like 2 months before, and I think I had hit 1,000 followers maybe, and someone was talking to me because I was asking them about merch, and they were like, oh, did you like, I feel like I've seen you before. They were like, are you on Twitter? Because I've definitely seen you before. And I was like, not really big on Twitter, but I do post on TikTok a lot, like about K-pop. And then she was like, wait, you're the tall guy that like measures himself to idols? And I was like, ooh, I was like, yes, I am. And she asked, she was like, oh my gosh, can I get a picture? I was like, this is crazy. Don't mess with my ego like that. And so I did. I took a photo like on her phone, and then I was like, can I get a selfie with you on my phone? Just because. And so I took one, and I haven't, like, she never reached out online, and I don't have her like TikTok or Instagram, so I couldn't actually talk about it. But that was super cool. She was like, I follow you, and that was really cool. So imagine what would happen if I went to an 80s concert. Hey, I better get recognized. One of the things that I was saying earlier about just like feeling back in a K-pop era or a mood for me, and it could be very temporary. I don't know. I never know how long they're gonna last. But I went to this show recently that's put on by a small like K-pop dance club, and they just like performed some covers that they learned this year. My friend used to be in it, is why I went last year, and then this year they're not in it anymore. But I was like talking with my brother, and I was like, we had a lot of fun last time, let's just go. It's only $5 and like support them, even though I don't personally know any of the dancers in it. It's like free for any outsiders to come, just like I said, for $5. And it's a fun show. It's just like a good time. That's like the main thing. Everyone looks like they're having fun, and that's what I enjoy. And also I happen to know, because I follow their cover page on Instagram, that they were performing AT's Wake Up as like their opener, and it was so cool. They ate. Wake Up is such like a hard choreo, and it's not a title track, so it's not super trendy, but it was a choreography they have with like these long stretchy scarves and these little like smaller scarves that they put over their eyes and like bite them. It was so cool. I need to post a clip of it. I think I will. But something about going to that event also made me more in my K-pop feels, because I was like, it's just such a good vibe. All of the fans and the community is what make it what it is. I feel like, yes, the content's good, the music's good, the choreography, the dancing is what like brings us together, but then like what makes you stay is the part of the K-pop community that's just like family and friends, and we get each other. And that's why people are K-pop stans for so long, and why it lasts. Because I mean, I will say that's also what breaks people apart, is the fans and the people. I think that's what makes a lot of people leave K-pop as well. Either it gets too popular, people get too toxic, because a lot of people say like, I had to stop standing a group because the fans were like crazy, or the fans were coming for me and saying like, you can't bias that member. Like, that is wild. Guys, I know it's huge, and I know it's means the world to us, but it's never that serious. At the end of the day, it is music. At the end of the day, it is just YouTube content and a group that you like, an artist you like. And I know it feels like more than that, but never to the point of like dictating what people can like and dislike other people. Like, you do you, but coming for anyone else in the same fandom, like, y'all literally are brought together by the fact that you both like this artist. Why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? It's crazy. That's why I'm very glad that 18 is a good community for the most part. Because I think we all know which ones are worse and which fandoms are like crazier, more cult-like and things like that. But 18 is definitely one of the good fandoms, and so I'm definitely thankful for that, because I didn't know really any of that before finding them, getting into them, and then realizing like, oh, the people are chill. So I feel fortunate in that case. So hey, also in my K-pop mood, I'm wearing my Twice shirt because I saw this. This was Truist Park, July 2023. Yeah, it was so hot. But yeah, my brother got a cute shirt too. He went with me. And this was like the pink and blue. My brother got like a black and white heart one. Super cute. However, this size is not that cute. This size is a little small for me. If I'm getting tour merch, which I rarely do, go big. But a lot of people, I think, also think go big. So all of the bigger ones, bigger sizes are gone. Which is fine, I guess. Like, I guess I won't do boyfriend fit. I guess I won't do oversized. But that's what I prefer. I will say I normally don't do merch though, because fan-made merch is sometimes cuter. So if you want to go on somewhere like TeePublic and like, or like just an Etsy store and do merch like that, sometimes it's cuter than what they actually come out with. I don't have a whole lot of official merch. I think I have, well, I have this. This is tour merch, right? I have my Mama Moo shirt I got at the concert. It's official merch, and it's really, really low-key. I thought it was cute. And an ATEEZ shirt, I have one ATEEZ official merch shirt. Other than that, I have a lot of fan merch. My brother gets me for like my birthday, for Christmas. He goes on TeePublic. If you might not know what that is. It's like a online t-shirt business that they have like literally everything. If you have like any niche fandom you're a part of, look it up in there, see if it exists. Because even something like for ATEEZ, back in 2022, they were not that big as they are now. And I remember looking up ATEEZ, and there are like so many designs, so many things. There's things like that you would think of that would be like mentally Son's boyfriend or girlfriend or type of thing, or I Heart Son. There's things like that. But then there's also like super niche concepts of theirs or albums that you maybe is your favorite personally. So why am I talking up TeePublic like I'm not even sponsored? But TeePublic's super cool. I've gotten different things, like it's good for gifts. I've gotten my brother, he really loves Starfire, the character, and I've gotten him like a Starfire shirt from there. He's gotten me ATEEZ stuff. They just have cute stuff, so check them out, especially if you think you have an interest or like a hobby or something, or a show that people don't know about. Check it out. It might have it for real. So if we're talking about K-pop, we're going to talk about concerts, which we're going to talk about the 80s concert, okay? Because I said I am going this summer, but I also went last summer, and it was so cool. I'm kind of sad that I didn't get Soundcheck for this year or Sendoff. But it's just like, it's gotten really expensive. It's gotten really hard to get. The fans are like fighting. And I wasn't even like able to get any VIP, which I still got a good seat. So if I go, I think it'll be a good experience. But I am kind of sad about not having Sendoff or Soundcheck, because those were my favorite parts of last time. And it's also just going to be hard to beat that experience as a whole, because it was so good. The day as a whole was kind of bad. I will say what will make this one better is not having to wait outside in the heat as much, hopefully, because that was really bad. So many people passed out. It was crazy, but I don't think we're gonna be doing that, because it's all seated and you don't have to like wait for wristbands. There's no general admission, so it's really just like everything seated. And I think they were trying to eliminate like the passing out and standing out in the heat, because they're doing it in the summer. But also, I don't know, there's not really a good way to do that. I think maybe it's still gonna happen because of merch lines. I think like merch lines, people are still gonna be lined up. Maybe even camp for merch. I don't know. It won't be me. I probably won't get any merch at all. But yeah, I wasn't able to get VIP, so we're very sad, very grumpy about that. Because yeah, sound check and send off was so good. I think I stood in that pit for, I want to say that the sound check was at 4 p.m. So we were already like in line maybe at 3:30. I want to say 3:30. I don't know. I think we were in line at 3:30 and then the sound check started at 4. Was maybe an hour. I don't even think they were out that long. But say it was from 4 to 5. I don't think the show started until 7. I think we were out there for 2 hours. Which now seems like a blur. Now I'm like, I was not there that long. But in the moment, I think I was. And I remember like just going, okay, imagine a pit, right? You're in the pit, it's packed in. You're packed in like sardines, which I was pretty close. Okay, barricades there, 2 people in front of me, but kind of staggered. So it was like, and then me. But I'm taller than everyone. They were like short women. So I'm like close to barricade. I can see above them type of thing. So I remember just sitting down because like you can't really do anything else. Like if you want to sit and rest because it's 2 hours of break in between. And so you just like sit down in your place. There's just legs around you. People's outfits. Someone's bag with a lightini. They turn and it hits you. Like what else are you supposed to do? Because you can't tell people to be like, okay, let's all be fair and let's all just spread out and sit down. No, because people are fake. People are like, can I sit with my friend? And then they go and then they steal your spot and they get closer. Like, also, we're all just like, no, we paid to be here. We're going to be up front. And imagine this. So it's 18E VIP, which is like the first tier at this stop because it was a smaller venue. All of that, and that makes up maybe like 5 rows around the entire stage, extended stage, everything. I think that was like 5 rows, or at least like 4. And then they have sector VIP, which is the second tier, line in behind us. So they all come in. That makes up like another half, basically. And that's wrapped behind this. So general admission hasn't even come in yet. Okay, because we do sound check, then we wait for those 2 hours is at some point is when they're packing the general admission in. So they bring them in down these different sides. They get packed in. Once they get in there, it gets tight. I had to stand up because I was like, it's getting tight in here. It's also getting hot. It's getting stinky. This sounds like torture. This is actually so torturous, but like it was so fun at the same time. And I made some friends because I was by myself, and I'm so glad I did. They're great. And so we're getting packed in, and then you see the seats just fill up for those like hour and a half or so, or an hour, packed in. And then I'm like, whoa. Like I remember sitting back down, and then when I stood up, I was like, whoa, like this arena's full. And I had been sitting and like you can't see anything because you're packed in. And then I remember just seeing like, whoa, this place is full now. And then when they come out, it's like the cheering was so much louder. And that's how you could feel like during the sound check, the cheering is loud, but it's just the 18E and the sector VIP. So it's not as many people. But then when you have a full arena and like everyone's like, woo, everyone like screams, everyone's barking. And then it's like, oh my God, it makes me want to cry. It makes me want to cry. If you've had a similar like concert experience, you know how it is. But like the sounds, and like the other day I was actually rewatching some of my concert videos because I was like, it's about time. And I was rewatching them and I was just like, it makes me want to cry. It makes me want to cry because it's so emotional. It's so happy, and I don't know how to describe it. I love it so much. And then the send-off was definitely the highlight, maybe. I don't know. It was all the highlight. But it was so good because I saw them up close, and I already thought I was pretty close. Like, in the sound check, all of them had already noticed me and acknowledged me. And I text my brother. I was like, oh my gosh, we just did sound check, and they all already acknowledged me, and I already cried once because they were singing Dreamy Day, and it just like put me there. And then during the show, I think I only cried once after that sound check, so that's 2 total. And then Sendoff, I met all of them briefly. I remember Yuno and Jungho went by pretty quick, and because they were first, and I was just like also in shock. I don't even think I said anything. I did get both of their PCs signed, but I like didn't say anything to them because it was just like, I was like, am I supposed to say anything? I didn't even know, but it just went by. And then I can't remember who was after that. I want to say it was like Songhwa or Son, but either way, whoever was next, I was like, okay, well, I have to say something now. I think it was Songhwa, and my legs were like shaking. Like, I have a video of them where my legs are just like shaking after seeing Songhwa, and like I told him I loved him and all that. He was very demure. And then I know Hongjung, I said something to Hongjung, I think. But I can't remember, but I remember he like didn't really look at me, so that's T. Clock that T, Hongjung. And Mingi had a funny reaction to me because I don't think he even knew what I was. I talked to my friend about this because it was like, he probably looked at me and thought, man, I don't know, woman, I don't know, like, what is that? But he was still chill. I was like, I think I said, I love you, Mingi. And he was like, yeah, I love you. Like, you know how Mingy is. He was like, I love you. Wait, why did I just say it like Scooby-Doo? He was like, yeah, I love you. And it was chill. He did like hold the PC while I signed it. Like, he wouldn't take it. So like our hands were kind of close. But San, I told San, I said, you're the most beautiful man I've ever seen. He was like, thank you. And you're beautiful too. And now what are we? San, what are we? Like, hit me up. Because that was so magical. I felt so special. And Yeosang, I think Yeosang was last, and I was like, Yeosang, you're so handsome. And he was like, thank you, and he gave me like a thumbs up. He was cute. And then Wooyoung, I was like, Wooyoung, you look so beautiful. And he was like, I think he said, he was like, you look so beautiful too. And that was so sweet. So Wooyoung and San are like really my baes at this point. And I'm gonna be emailing KQ and ask like, do I need to sign an NDA? Like, what's good? That concert was great. That concert was so great. And my brother was so also helpful that day because he dropped me off, picked me up, and like through the whole complicated schedule of VIP, how crazy it is. So I do think that this summer it will be easier because I already have a seat. I can really show up whenever I want. Don't know if I'm going to try to do merch. That seems kind of scary. But I think it's going to be a great show. I'm just curious what they're going to play. Like, drop a set list because they've played everything. They just got off a tour. I don't know what they're going to do differently. But maybe there's a comeback. So I kind of hoping for a comeback. So I'm now going to get into my segment, Leckiju's Cues, which is a segment that I answer questions that you submitted on my Instagrams, either at Leckiju, which is my main account, or at leckiju.kpop, which is my K-pop account. You can really submit on either. I post different times of the week, so it's always different. But you can ask me for advice, give me questions, literally whatever you want. I'll talk about whatever. So I have... If you could style a K-pop comeback, what would it look like? Love. Like I was saying earlier, something like aespa Armageddon, I feel like it was kind of casual, but edgy. And I also really like aespa Whiplash because it's like, it's streetwear, but a little futuristic with chrome. And I love that stuff. I would probably do like a boy group, right? But make it a gender neutral, like fashion or for a mood board, kind of like X Love, which is like a new group that just debuted with the single I'm a Bee. I think that's what it's called. I'm a Bee. Yeah, I'm a Bee by X Love. They are in a boy group of 4, and they've done like kind of gender neutral stuff or like LGBT type looking fashion. I would definitely do something like that. But maybe make it a little bit more clean and precise. Theirs is a little bit like funky, a little bit like more casual streetwear type of stuff. I would want something a little bit more like matching or cohesive as a group. So like black and white, chrome, silver. Maybe if I were to do a color like blues and purples, or like that light teal blue and purple. I'm like, this is just the concept that I'm making. And I would like definitely show skin, whether it's like through peekaboo cutouts or like shorts, because a lot of times they don't put guys in shorts and I don't really know why. We want to see some skin, like make it fab if I'm choosing personally. Okay, the next question is, who are the aces of K-pop? So, in my opinion, the aces of K-pop, I'm going to just list a few, okay? I think that Seonghwa from ATEEZ is an ace. Yoonho, Son, Hongjoong, I think they're all aces. I also think, like, when I think of ace in K-pop, I think of ATEEZ and Stray Kids have a lot of, like, strong members. And, like, Han from Stray Kids, when I think of the word ace, I really do think of him. And I also think Bongchan is, like, he's an ace, in my opinion. Hyunjin and Felix, both aces, I think. Really, ATEEZ and Stray Kids are like super, super strong groups when it comes to dance, and like not just individually, but as a group, they work really well. I mean, been doing it for like 5 years now, as a group. And then vocally, they're all great. And like obviously, there are some who are not the best vocalists, like per se Mingi with singing. He's definitely a rapper. And he knows that, like, he knows that that's his thing, that he's good at. But it is really cool to see members who can, like, do both either equally or, like, just as good. I think Seonghwa is another person, like, when I think of ATEEZ's ace, because dance-wise, he's always been great, and vocally he can always like harmonize with someone either high or low. Like, he can do either one. And he also can rap. He doesn't rap as much as he could, because like their go-to setup is Hongjoong and Mingi have their verses. But I think he could definitely do more of that. I like that in Mats they got to do just him and Hongjoong a rap-based song, like a hip-hop song. And that was cool. I would like to see him rap in other flavors, as far as like not just hip-hop. I would like to see him do like all types of rap. But I also love to hear his vocals even more though, so I'm like, I just want him to do everything. I want him to have the opportunity to do everything. So yeah, those are definitely my thoughts when we're talking about aces. If I'm gonna say like the top 2 aces, let's just say a 4th gen. Okay, I haven't really gotten to 5th gen yet. If we're talking 4th gen, I'm gonna say Son and Han. Wait, why did I just say Son? I meant Seonghwa, sorry. So I'm gonna say for the top 2 aces in K-pop, 4th gen, I'm gonna say Seonghwa from ATEEZ and Han from Stray Kids. Those are just the 2 that come to mind. Like all around, I think they're just the best. Like, Son doesn't necessarily rap. I think he could, but it's just not really his thing. Because I also do think of him as an ace, but maybe that's just because he's my bias, and I'm biased. But yeah, what I was just saying about 5th gen, I saw this thing talking about the different generations of K-pop, and I was like, obviously my time, I think more is 4th gen, because 5th gen I haven't gotten into many of the groups. I will say, if I had to choose a favorite, I would choose Psychers, but that might just be because they're in the KQ fam and they're ATEEZ littles, and you know, I've got to support. And I actually did see them, my first concert ever Psychers opened, so I think that's also another reason for choosing them. and they're all very talented. They have some great songs. But then if we're going back in time to like third generation, I want to say my favorite group would be Twice. Twice is third, I'm pretty sure. And then if we're going even farther to like second generation K-pop, I think Tiara counts as second generation, and I like them a lot. I also like Sistar. They're great. Obviously fourth gen, like that's where all my girlies are, and ATEEZ are my loves, so definitely gonna pick them. We've now reached the end of the episode, so if you've made it here, thank you so much for watching this entire spiel about me, my interest, and K-pop for the majority. And please do not forget to like this video and comment all those things. Comment your favorite groups. I just want to get to know you, so literally comment whatever. Yes, please like this video, turn on the post notifications so that you don't miss an upload, and subscribe to the channel. You're going to be able to find me on other socials through the link tree on the page of this account. But just to remind you, my Instagram is at Leckiju, and then also at leckiju.kpop. That's my other one. Okay, I post reels mostly there. And then if you want to check out my TikTok, where I'm going pretty strong, my content's pretty funny, it's at Leckiju212. So definitely go check it out. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye. Love you.